88.5 LPFM, Better Radio. Welcome to the trial of Nick Lamborghini. I'm just kidding. It's a better conversation. It really is a trial, though.
Oh, it is it?
It is a trial, very much so. Yeah.
With peaceful intentions?
Yes, we brought our guest here today because we had anything but peaceful intentions. Anyway, you might have heard the name when I mumbled. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nick. Longtime supporter of this little radio station. I was there from the inception, but I was kind of around when it came to be. I knew Jay very well. We worked at the same store. It's actually there we go.
Make no mention of where we used to work.
Oh.
That part out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
I wasn't aware.
I used to work at Beep.
Yeah. Gotcha. I knew Jay for a while, and I mentioned this radio show, 88.5. I was kind of skeptical, because I was like, whatever. It's not really a big deal, but...
As you should be.
Yeah, so... But as it's grown from, I don't know, tiny little thought and a dream, here we are now in this... What is this 10 by 8 room?
High ceilings, though.
High ceilings. High ceilings. Myself and Nick here used to work at the whatever Supercenter. And
Very nice.
there were great times. All three of us used to work at the whatever Supercenter. Great times. That's all I could say.
Good times and great oldies.
Yeah, shout out to Droopy Eyes, by the way.
Yes. Rock and roll.
Jeez.
Let's say hello. How are you today? And it's so good to see you. I
Yeah.
haven't seen you in a while, man. How are things going? Personal life, just in your not job life.
So imagine like if normal was a line, like a segment, right? It's like a chart. So you got a straight line, and anything up, that's good, and anything down. Mine's been a slow decay, just
really,
just to the bottom.
like
Me too. Me too.
I've realized a lot of things. Like I've squandered a lot of chances.
Okay.
If I've just been a little bit more patient, I would have had a lot more things. But I've come to realize I need to start taking the initiative.
You mean just recently or overall in your life? You
Recently.
just come to like an epiphany at, you're in your early 20s, like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like, oh my God, I'm not a kid anymore. I got to start
Yeah.
making some real.
Somebody said yes. Somebody called me sir yesterday.
And you were like, what?
Yeah, that was a little weird. You don't need to call me that.
No one's ever called you that, right?
No, I've
Wait,
called yes.
even working at the whatever Supercenter?
Yeah, even not young old lady. Old lady said thank you, sir. And I was like, are you
okay.
crazy?
Did she say it condescendingly?
She
Ironically.
I don't know. I was like,
Sir.
there was a backhand waiting for her, but
She making air quotes.
Sir.
I don't know. I was doing some.
Or madam. Did she say or madam like a slash?
There's nothing worse than dealing with cantankerous old customers.
Yeah, there is.
Well, yeah, probably.
People have been
is.
through a lot worse. I mean, like,
That is true.
we had a couple world wars.
You know,
We've been
in the
through
grand scheme of things, and
long marches with people dying
you're
on the
absolutely
way.
right. It's my fault for walking into that.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Maybe it comes to mind.
Dealing with
Boston.
yeah, and you can't say you're gonna work that out. Sorry. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I understand the cantankerous old customers though, because if there was any times that I would get frustrated, it's dealing with someone who has been in
Just
the upper age.
why would you come to a store already angry?
That's a bad idea.
I don't understand. Like, I'm not gonna be able to fight you.
Yeah, shout out to the cantankerous old customer who yelled at me and said that she was going to go to Price Chopper because we apparently didn't sell vegetarian frozen pizza. I'm really sorry.
Why don't you sell vegetarian?
I'm really sorry.
How's life at home? You still all the family still there? You going
alone,
crazy with
still alone,
the
still-
sisters and all
yeah,
that? And-
still alone. The biggest one is heading off to college, so that's
Okay.
something. You know, she's the most. I really don't like her, and if this was
Come
like,
on now.
if I could really start cursing, I just call her
no,
horrible
let's not be
names.
doing that.
But she's just the like. I just wake up in the morning. I'm like, how am I gonna ruin her life today? I really don't like her. People are like, oh, I love my siblings. I do everything with. I think of ways to hurt them. Like, I can't hurt them physically because I don't hit your sisters. But things to just mentally break them down.
Well, you should because you're the older. I mean, this is normal.
No,
you have to mess
you
with
understand.
them. I mean,
I dream about like hurting them,
woo!
but like not like physically, just like they're
Metaphorically.
like if they're having a good day, I'm like I gotta figure a way to bring you down.
Okay, so it's more.
It's a mental game.
Yeah, you want to kind of like get
Little
under the
sisters
skin.
suck, man. They're really
Yeah,
really
but-
bad.
Someday, when you're all old, and your parents are sitting there, you have to start making some real life decisions.
I know.
You'll all band together and you'll take care of things.
Carefully push one
They're
down the
they're
stairs.
they're children. They they think like kids.
Carefully,
and
don't not haphazardly pushing
Just-
one down the stairs, making
Yeah.
sure she avoids
Metaphorically.
all.
They say horrible things. I have one.
whatever that means.
I
I've
can't
said
repeat it on the
twice.
radio.
I'm trying to get you out of this. I'm trying to help you out.
I'm trying to think of a substitute for the word she calls me. Every here's why. For a good year, every morning, she still does this. Every time we pass each other in the hallway, she calls me a bundle of sticks.
Ooh,
Just
I wonder
real
what-
casual, like, "Hey, bundle of sticks." I'm like, "Are you
really-
serious?"
Are you really calling me that
So
right
I
here?
call her a country without the O
Oh,
and not the R without the RY. I'm like, "Are you?" And then she gets upset that I
This
call.
is a daily thing.
Yes, and I like think of. And it's just real bad. I don't like them.
Is she older than you?
No, and that's the word. Like she's entitled. Like you shouldn't be entitled. Because she says these things because she knows that I can't hit her.
Do you have other
Yep.
brothers in the
Yep.
house?
No,
That's
I
the
don't-
problem.
I don't got no.
Get out of the
need.
house. How old are you? Well, I don't have to say. You're in your early 20s.
Yeah,
You're a legal adult. Move.
yeah. I don't have any money though.
Well, then that's, you have to
understand-
figure that one out.
I understand
but,
leaving sounds great, but
well,
I don't have any money.
there is one big option:
What's that?
leaving. So you'll just have to make that your main goal.
Yeah,
Save.
I'm heading
You
off.
need a deposit. You need second month's rent.
Yeah,
You'll be all right. Once you get that, that's the biggest thing. You get through that hurdle. Plus, you
Oh.
got a car.
that's
You're
true.
already halfway there.
yeah. If you're I don't even have a car, so you're already farther than me.
He hitchhikes here every day.
Every day.
Are you
He's pouring out
serious?
3 pairs. That's why he doesn't have shoes on. His feet are killing him, man.
Weary traveler.
just like
Literally sitting here with he's got a tub with his feet in with Epsom salts in it. When I come
yeah,
in, so.
it sucks, but I'm not paying for gas money, so
No, he's getting here other ways.
And
so,
here I thought I was being selfish. I apologize.
I should
Well-
ask though. What college are you going to?
Yeah.
I'm trying to take classes at JCC
It's a
because
good idea.
I want to do veterinarian stuff. Like I thought I wanted to be a mechanic for a long time, and I took classes at BOCES down in Watertown, and I was like, this is pretty cool. I'll do that. And I ended up taking I don't know, a summer job over in a shop I will not name, and it was probably the worst 20 days of my life. And it ended with
I wish I was a fly in the wall in that place, by the way. I would just love to follow you around with a wrench all day.
It was
Just see
like-
what kind of calamity you
imagine-
get yourself into.
imagine like
You worked for me at one point, so I know it would have been fun.
I just imagine everything you did. If you did something wrong, it was like, you know how you train animals. Some people beat them. Some people like use treats. I was trained with like yelling. Like his different octaves meant good things. And every time I did something wrong, he'd be like, no, 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 no. Just yelling, cursing, all that. And eventually, it took me, I never twitched before, and now I have a shake in my right hand.
Oh God.
This
is
job,
bad.
I did a lot of things in that job. Like I've never like experienced getting knocked out before. It's very like your whole body.
Wait, did you really?
Yeah, really. And it's not even cool. Like I was fighting. I knocked myself out. Like it wasn't like I was like fighting some guy in some valorous way. No, I was trying to pull off this lug nut off this car off the wheel, and I'm yanking and yanking and yanking and yanking, and I'm like, pulling back as hard as I can. And like he's coming, my boss is coming closer. I'm like, oh, if I don't get this done, he's gonna say something. So I yank with all my might, and I just feel it come loose. And that's probably the last thing I remembered, because it flew back and hit me square between the eyes. And I just remember waking up on the chairs.
Jesus.
And the front dude, his name was Ted. He was looking down at me. He's like, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so." And he was, "Yeah." Anyway, he needs you back in there, so you need to if you need to go wash up, that's great. But go ahead and get back in the shop because we need your hand. We need help.
Oh, thanks.
I was like, no ice pack, no nothing. I woke up and I'm like, "You okay?" And I was like, "I think so." And he's like, "We need you back in the shop." And that was me getting knocked out.
so you were like, nope.
Do you think you have PTSD from working there?
I shake at the super center Mart, and it's because of my first job.
So anytime you hear zzz, you just start going, you have a breakdown.
It's really bad.
Oh God.
And it ended with I got so bad that I started second guessing myself. I still do it now.
Yeah, me too.
I second guess. I like do it once. I'll go leave for work in the morning, and I'll close the door, and I'll get into my car and I'll start up and I go, did I shut the door?
Yeah, you're like me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I shut the door. And I'm like,
Yeah, but that's a mental illness.
See, I like
genetic?
I do the same thing. Like I walk.
A lot of Italians have.
Yeah,
Whatever.
when I go into work on Watertown on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I park in like a parking garage and then I like walk across the street, so it's like a 5-minute walk. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten across the street and was like, did I like lock the door or
Yeah,
something?
that's
Like,
just-
and then I'm like paranoid about it, and then I have to force myself to forget because I know I did it, but it's like nagging at me in my mind that I maybe didn't. Like, I don't know.
You ever gotten a fist fight over a parking spot when the Watertown WWNY personnel?
Nope.
Like you and like who's that? Rob Moore guy? You guys ever get in a fist fight? Over
No, I haven't gotten a fist fight yet. I think
Why
some
does he
people
have
are-
that cadence?
you ever gotten into a fight?
How come his
Really?
cadence
I'm saying-
changes
I'm the same
like
way. I've
from
never-
you know what I'm talking about?
What?
The sports guy.
Oh yeah.
Why does this cadence change from regular conversation to odd cadence when he reads the
So
sports reports? He
wait,
doesn't normally
so-
speak like that.
So is that? Oh, you're talking about Mel?
No, Mel's great. I'm talking about Rob Moore, or whatever
Oh,
the guy's
y-
name is.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I don't know. He does not speak like that.
I'm trying to get him to talk.
You're trying to get
He
me
won't
to.
do it, but
You're trying to get
You
me to
won't
talk.
trash somebody?
He's trying to get me to talk smack.
Oh, I
Wasn't
do it
his
all the
name Rob
time.
Moore, John Moore.
I wanted
John
to
Moore.
trash somebody before this.
More
Because he talks normal, like, hi, yeah, today, when he's talking to the other newscast, everything's done. All of a sudden, it's like a switch goes on, and he has this really strange delivery. Nobody talks like that. Just
Yeah.
talk.
I do have
Today at this game, this is what happened. You don't have to.
I do have to say though.
I'm great at facial
Same
expressions.
problem I have
but-
with auctioneers.
Yeah.
Just say what's. You don't have to say. Just say what's on the sale. You're just trying to make yourself look cool in front of these people.
True. But
Which they're rubes, so I guess you're just
But
very
you
easily
should-
impressed. But
you should see. I know. Whenever Mel speaks, like people in the that are in like the tech and everything that deal with like the audio levels, they're like, dude, they're like, quiet down. He does not understand audio levels, or because he's like really loud when he speaks.
he should be.
No,
He's
like
been there long.
really
He's
loud.
paid his dues. Don't mess with Mel. He's a good dude.
I haven't messed with Mel. No.
Is Mel the dude with the Watertown News? He has.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like the main sports
kind
dude.
of balding,
I wouldn't say that. I would say bald.
thinning.
No, I would just say bald.
Yeah,
but
I know, and he's got a. Oh, this is a radio show. I just realized that facial expressions don't mean anything.
they mean everything.
Everything.
They can read it, and it's in your voice.
Well,
when
I'm
you
just-
smile
I'm-
when you speak, they know.
I'm glad the listeners care. Anyway, I know
They
you guys
do.
Well, I
don't
didn't
know.
say that. I'm just saying they know.
Jeez.
I like to think
Cut
they
me
care.
down.
We don't know.
Size.
Shoot. Yeah, I know. He's
This is my gum holder, by the way. I don't know if you realize.
your gun holder.
A gum. But,
Oh,
He brings the gun in too, but
I do have a serious question, though.
all right.
yes.
Go ahead. Think
I
about
wanted to bring up the coolest movie actors, and you had so we had done this last time.
Yep.
Last week about coolest movie actors by race, and we were both in agreement. Samuel L. Jackson, coolest black dude, coolest Asian. I think we agreed on Bruce Lee.
But can you name any of
The
Bruce
Native
Lee's
American
movies?
Jay Silverheels.
Jay.
He was Tonto in the original
Oh.
Ranger from back in the
So
day.
he just played himself.
No, he brought positive. He made Native Americans look positive, which normally on TV they were just getting shot like every episode of a cowboy western.
Yeah.
So what you said, you brought up. What was your take on
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan
I
Freeman.
want to dispute your claim on coolest black actor Samuel L. Jackson with
Go ahead.
Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
Now let me run down the list. Not only has he played God twice, okay, in those great blockbuster films, Evan Almighty and Evan is it Evan Almighty?
I wouldn't say blockbuster for Evan Almighty. I don't think
Bruce
they did that
Almighty,
well.
yes.
Bruce Almighty did really
It was
well,
on a
but
10
I
out
don't.
of 10 on IMDb.
What?
10 out of 10.
Evan? Nobody showed up for Evan Almighty.
It's a great retail sale. He played the Irishman in Shawshank Redemption, and that's pretty much the only film people remember him from. But
Red.
people don't remember. He also played in a little-known movie where he was a pimp.
He was
pimp.
acting since the 70s.
Oh, he was just and he's just cool, refined.
He became a star, though, at an older age. But he's been
because
acting forever.
He always looked old, and the hair just finally changed.
The Electric Company.
Yep.
I remember I have very early memories of television, and some of those are the 70s Electric Company. And I remember...
He's great in the Batman films. Just Morgan Freeman just needs a permanent job in movies, just explaining things when things don't make sense.
He's a narrator on other shows.
Yeah, he just needs to come in. You're like, well, why doesn't this plot make sense? And he goes, well, you see, Jimmy stole a car while Carl was looking away, and while Carl was looking away, stealing the cash from the cash register from the department store. I've lost my point here. But the point is
Listen,
that
you're the Italian. Now you're pointing at him because he's stealing.
I'm using my hands, but I'm realizing I'm not getting anywhere with this.
Yes, that's fine. We'll let you. We'll let you got the wheel. So if you want to drive the car off the road, you can, or you can just park it and we'll move on to
you let me
something
drive.
else.
I'll take you guys down with me.
Well, yes. I mean, it's not far though.
Jeez.
Look at the production. We have
Grind against
handkerchiefs tied around the microphones here.
I wish everyone was here to see me trying to get this piece of shirt.
We can't even fit 3 people in this shirt.
Jeez.
How about if we stuck a camera on that mic and it aimed right at your face?
A
the whole
GoPro.
time? Just at you during the show.
Just at me.
I'm not getting.
I would love it so much.
Because your attention
Yes.
hog.
Yes.
That's what I heard.
You called me on it. You called me on it.
I have a question. What? You ever been driving around somewhere and you see a police car? So you slow down and whatever, like you normally would, and you realize it's not a police car. It's a beat up old police car that some dude's driving around with. But
Yes.
it's left the little
Yes.
lights and all the little accessory
Yes.
weirdo things on there.
Yes. It makes me mad.
What?
Let me tell you.
Who drives these cars?
No one.
And why? I want to hear yours.
See,
What's
most
the
of the-
deal?
What's the deal with cars?
So that whole setup, I was just thinking of Jerry Seinfeld coming in.
Oh God. But
ahead, man.
like no, it's annoying. Well, most of the time when I see them, they don't have the lights on top. But even though they don't have the lights on top, I always see them out of the corner of my eye, and I just see a black and white car that's like a Ford, like the same model as a police car, and I start like really paying attention. Then I see like that it's just it's not a police car. It's just a black and white car that used to be a
some
police
weirdo
car.
knowing that people think he's a cop, so every time he drives by you, he's getting a rush of adrenaline.
Like seeing everyone just trying to obey for that brief couple of seconds where
He's a
people
weirdo.
actually think he's a policeman.
That's why they do it.
I don't know. It blows my mind. Like you can't.
It's never it's never like a reproduced, wow, look at that really cool looking old police car.
No, it's always like
it's always a
new
beat
one.
up,
What the hell
spray
did they get rid of them?
painted.
Like, this car doesn't work anymore.
It's always spray
Sell to some
painted.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid idiot.
No, yeah, it's always like a 2004 Ford, like whatever.
What LTD, whatever it was back, Diplomat or whatever they were. using.
I was a '96 Crown Victoria.
Yeah,
That's-
pick your era.
And
No,
like don't spray paint it. Just drive around with the thing painted exactly like whatever police department it
Don't
is
make
that
an
was
attempt to
from.
make it clear that this was not a police cruiser.
No,
they're driving.
I've seen them with the grills, I forget what they're called. They're not barricades, but they're cushion.
Oh yeah, like Dukes of Hazzard used to have in the front of the car
Yeah,
for hitting other vehicles.
yeah. It's a cage, something
We all know. Yeah.
bumper or whatever.
Yeah. That big thing.
You think they'd be able to remove that before they
No.
sell
Nope.
because people might think they're a cop.
I
That's
don't know,
why. Why do you think they're leaving it on there?
it? I
Of
don't know.
course.
I might enjoy owning one of those cars.
They're
When
great
you're-
cars.
When you're looked down on and treated poorly for most of your life,
True.
switching to the driver's seat doesn't sound too bad.
When you're normally sitting in the back of it.
Yeah.
But, they're really a great car, and a lot of them have like a really good coolant system because they sit and idle quite a bit,
Oh.
and they're fast. But you got to take the stuff off them.
Yeah.
Like right now, what are they driving? Dodges, right?
Yeah.
2008
Dodges.
Dodge Charger.
I need a Dodge
That's what
Charger.
that's 2008.
It's either 2000. I'm pretty sure it's 2008.
If
Not in the
anybody
teens,
has
these
a,
cars they got now, the
the-
cops.
The new
They got to
ones?
be in the
Oh, the
in
new
teens.
ones?
Yeah, the new
Oh,
cop
new ones. I went
cars.
to the. No, they have highway. New York State Highway Patrol has the new 2016
Okay.
Ford Tauruses,
All right.
and I think that
What about I see the sheriffs? They got Dodges, right?
sheriffs. Have,
Avengers, maybe.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you know,
I don't
fast
care enough to know.
fast forward like 20 years from now, and they're going to be the rust buckets we're
Zooped
seeing
up
driving around.
Mazda 8.
Yeah, look at that guy driving that old police car.
Yeah.
It'd be like the cars we're seeing.
In the
now.
meantime, if anybody has a Dodge Charger they'd like to lend me, hit us up at WBTS
Probably even have a
88.5.
It's a smooth.
That's why I need
segue
someone to
into
lend it to
your,
me.
Plugging in right there. Give you a
Yes,
round of applause
yes,
for that.
I appreciate it. I've been working on that for weeks now.
Glad it's paying off.
How's the YouTube stuff going, Carl? Where can they get a hold of us here
Hey.
on the YouTubes?
If you haven't been listening, you can get a hold of us. Better Radio 88.5. Just search us up on the YouTube. We cannot get the custom URL yet because we do not have yet 100 subs. So if you would like to subscribe, and you can help us reach that milestone so we can make it easier to market to you guys. And Facebook.com/WBTS Better Radio. That will probably change in the future because we will be dropping the WBTS name or the WBTS call sign. But we will still be on Facebook. We're still on YouTube. So hit us up both of those places, and we will be posting our content to them.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow also for the new, the country show. The Bluegrass Junction, right?
Bluegrass Junction?
Bluegrass show. I
Huh.
saw Tim the other day, and he told me, and I didn't have a pen, and I forgot to write it down again. But Tim will be here tomorrow at 4:00.
Okay.
So, yes, you need to start
Bluegrass Junction. I did not
saying.
know
Well,
this.
I don't know if it's the junction. I can't really. He'll be playing
Bluegrass
bluegrass,
something.
and I'll be here at 5 to take over playing country.
Mm.
So, I'm hoping we can turn this into something even bigger. I wouldn't mind maybe even a whole day of country. There's a lot of country fans, and the problem, I think, the nature of our station is low power, so we're going to
Yes.
have a niche little audience.
Yes.
But trying to break into the Wolf or Froggy 97 country,
Is
it's an impenetrable dome
force.
barrier we cannot break.
No.
So we have to skirt around it because if you go into any of the local stores and stuff, and I'm not saying
Froggy 90 point. No, what is
Yeah,
it?
I'm not saying
97
that-
point.
I'm not saying it's bad music, whatever. But those people will not turn the channel.
Nope.
That is their
Nope. That is
music, and
because they're guaranteed music all day.
what I love
you know.
about rock and roll fans, like, it's
Listen,
not
rock-
such a narrow-minded. Like, I can like rock, but I can also like pop, and I can like this, that, and the other, and take it all in. But it seems like country fans are just it's
Pure
country, or
country.
nothing.
Oh,
And
Western.
with a lot of
See,
even that's a whole nother sub.
That's so
genre.
bad.
see,
It's
the
the
only
same
thing I
Yeah,
know,
you're right.
don't most stations around here basically play some mostly newer stuff.
I think so.
Because I actually played country earlier today, but it was like 50s and 60s country stuff.
Johnny Cash and
Yeah, like all that stuff that you'd hear in a Fallout game, you'd probably hear on the radio a few hours ago.
I'm just playing the Fallout out.
Basically,
When I do my country show here, I just play pretty much pre-94 and back is where stuff that I listened to in high school, and then I quit being interested in it. So that's what I play. But I do like the old stuff from the 50s and 60s, so I do play that in 70s, and I just don't like anything newer. than
I'm sorry.
25 years old or
I'm
whatever.
sorry. This bro country thing, I can't get behind.
What is this?
Bro country is the country that, it's about the beer and the trucks and the girls and they start like rapping and whatever. I'm not gonna name any artists because I don't want to trash
just
people.
soul.
Well, I'll name. Why don't you whisper to me and I'll trash them? I got
Say
nothing
the
to
artist.
lose.
No, what is it?
Florida Georgia Line.
Okay.
Yeah, you suck.
It's soulless.
you hack.
That's fine, and they're talented musicians, whatever. But it's
I wouldn't call
and
them-
it's what it is. Now, listen, I don't complain about it because of the fact that it's not my music. It's the
Nope.
next generation's. It's 20-year-olds' music. So if they want to listen to it, whatever.
They
I'm not
have
gonna
freedom
knock
to do
it.
that.
I can't knock it. I just don't.
We will not be playing
It's
that
not
here,
my
though.
thing.
Sorry, I'll knock it. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
fine.
good.
Actually, we did play Phil Phillips here a few days ago. I don't know if that's bro country.
We
but
did
that's
that
pretty-
ironically, though.
We did that ironically. True.
We did it very ironically, comparing them
Oh.
to. Okay, we heard "Home."
And then the
So "Home" sounded just like the 1997 Ewok celebration ending credits.
Yeah. Oh,
revamped
yeah.
Special edition
Yes.
music. And then we also found that his other song,
Sounds like that one.
Filter Take a Picture. But what
yeah.
was the other song, though?
I know we were talking about the Ghostbusters theme and Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis,
and,
yeah. They wanted I
and-
Want a New Drug.
Yeah.
But we can't do that on this show because this show's going to be posted. That was just on our messing around on-air show.
Yeah. But they do sound alike, though. Philip Phillips definitely took inspiration from the Return of the Jedi special
1997
edition
special
soundtrack.
edition revamp.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you telling me that. Like, hey, Nick, come over here. And I was like, what is it, Jay? And you're like, you ever notice the Phil Phillips and his stupid... What's the song called?
Gone or Home. Or whatever. That's his song.
Oh, yeah, that one. You're like, that's a straight copy off from the Star Wars... What was it, special edition?
The 1997 Return of the Jedi Ewok Celebration revamped John Williams.
Yeah.
Yada yada.
Wait, when did he tell you this?
When we were locked in, what do you call it? Muzak hell, and it was just revolving the. When I heard this song every day for 6 months straight.
Wait, so you've known this for a while now?
Yeah, I had this.
Yeah.
This is something.
This is old news. This is actually a little
been
after you
boiling
left.
over for quite a bit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, I was still in.
This has been,
I'm still locked in Auschwitz, but
I did it a few months ago on air, and I made a little thing one night, like a little bit of cassette production, and played them both back to back to show my contempt. I don't know. It's just, especially the Filter song. That song's such a good tune, and anyone my age knows it and loves it, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
actually, out of curiosity, did you know about that huge lawsuit that happened like last year or possibly the year before about that Robin Thicke song and the Marvin Gaye estate coming after him?
yes, I did.
what's the Robin Thicke song?
It's
There you
it's
Blurred
hang on.
Lines.
It's yeah, that one.
His one hit.
his
We're
one.
gonna take that away from that man.
His one hit.
He doesn't have
That's right.
anything.
His-
His goofy
they
haircut.
He didn't have it before. It wasn't his.
Oh,
They
jeez.
actually, because the Marvin Gaye is.
Plus, he's
estate-
Alan Thicke's kid. How can you take him? Alan Thicke. How can you even take the guy serious?
I don't know,
That
but
song's pretty catchy.
I think they found. Yeah, they
Yeah,
found
that's why
in
Marvin
favor
Gaye
of
wrote it
the estate
in
too.
the 70s. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. No, I think they found in favor of the estate. Like they took something, or they either sampled something, or they took some element of.
How old is Marvin Gaye?
He did.
Who cares then?
Father shot him.
Oh,
It's just the point, man.
It sucks.
It's not. It's because they didn't say we're honoring this man
you know
by
what?
stealing his music. They
People
just
still
took it
steal music
and made
all
a
the time.
lot of music.
Was
money
it
on
Led Zeppelin stole stuff from
Not according to the court. They just lost that.
Yeah. What was it? They lost.
Oh yeah,
But
you're right.
Led Zeppelin stole their entire first album from
Yeah.
a myriad of southern black bluesmen.
Were
yeah,
none of
and
those
didn't even
originals?
gave them nothing.
That whole first album,
that was cover album.
it's all covers, reworked old blues
I
songs.
actually did not know
save
that.
for maybe one or two.
I knew
Yeah.
there were some covers in there, but I didn't.
So I knew they sucked. Until they got good enough. Like, hey, we don't have to copy other people.
We could do our own stuff.
Yeah.
And look how that worked out. Good.
Yeah. Robert Plant. I like Robert Plant.
He cool.
I play his stuff quite a bit on here.
Yeah, I think
That
I
Big
actually-
Log. I've about once a week. It seems like I'm playing that. I love that song so much that it makes its way into my rotation at least once.
I repeat songs all the time. I just play what I like. I play the same song more than once. I don't care.
I was looking through some of the old songs. Remember the other day I was searching for them things in that
Yeah.
those songs in the book.
Yeah.
And just to see where my head was at 6 months ago in winter compared to what I'm playing now, and I just play what the mood I'm in, so everyone
know.
just gets to hear what's his mood now in music and where's it gonna go. in
Oh,
6
he
months.
is pissed today.
That's a lot of it, depending on what kind of. Some days I'm dancing in here, and other days I'm looking at the clock.
I
But
haven't danced in here yet just because there are windows everywhere and I'm that
don't care.
self-conscious. You know.
I understand.
You feel me. You
Yeah,
feel me?
man.
There's some tunes, man. That Captain of Her Heart, I can't help. I once I rediscovered
Oh, that
Captain
double
of
song?
Her Heart by Double. Yeah, I've just been
Just in love with it.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great tune.
I've been tempted to dance to songs, like when I played that Thomas Dolby song earlier, but I didn't.
Squeeze, Tempted.
Yes.
That's one of those songs I remember.
I played that the other day, actually.
I found it on that CD. Remember that CD?
That was Oh, I didn't know
That was one of the
on
songs
that.
in there was Tempted.
Oh my God!
Squeeze.
Yeah, I played that the other day. I didn't even know.
But I don't ever want to hear Black Coffee in bed again because of Muzak. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, 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 bum. But you don't ever really hear the song, so you just hear.
Yeah. You're just
My
like
That's the noise of it.
My contempt for that company for just making America's people into just thoughtless drones.
What's the?
oh, that's
by
the
replaying the same songs at the same time.
that's the company that
Yes.
people buy from to have in store music.
Yes.
Right?
What's the company?
Muzak. Actually, now it's called
I thought you were just.
Mood.
I thought you just weren't finishing your words.
Previously known as Muzak was the name of it, and now it's called
Muzak.
Mood.
Muzak.
And you can get different collections. Like you can get supermarket music, like you'd think of, with all the strings.
Oh, is that what?
That's and then so you can get pop and all these other things. But when you
what
get
was it
pop
Quentin,
hits,
Quentin has. San Quentin.
what?
You know what? This is my fault. See, for a second, this is my fault. 'Cause you know what?
San Quentin
In my
Prison.
head, I'm like, oh, San Quentin. I'm gonna relate that to the supermarket that we
Yeah,
work
whatever.
at, and
If
I was
there
like,
was one there, I
wait,
suppose.
they know what I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah, San Quentin. You're like, what the hell is this guy
Kind of.
talking about?
What I meant was, we'll get back to San Quentin,
Yeah.
not Sam Quentin. That's his brother.
What does he
Sam
do?
and Sam.
Could be Samuel Quentin, I
Sam.
suppose.
Jeez, reminds me of the brother of Quentin Tarantino.
He has a brother.
Yeah, it's Sam Quentin Tarantino.
fictional.
His parents
entirely,
just ran out of ideas really quick.
Sam Quentin.
Sam Quentin Tarantino. And
great
this one will
guy.
just be Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
And someday maybe they can go to San Quentin,
Oh, jeez.
which is
Sam
Saint
was in
Quentin in
Sam.
Spanish. Right?
So so his brother is like basically Saint Quentin Tarantino.
I suppose, according to him.
Wow.
He makes movies with a well thought out story.
The soundtracks are horrible, though. It's
Yeah.
Muzak. He uses Muzak. And
He
it's
uses
just,
music.
okay.
every movie, same soundtrack, about the same time in. Oh, it's 120. Okay, we're going to hear dump, da-na-na. But it turns people into drones because when you hear the same thing every single day, you got Groundhog Day
Living in a
syndrome,
coal mine.
which makes you just your eyes glaze over, and you just get into this repetitive.
Why
Don't
aren't
ask
you working
questions.
fast enough?
Work harder.
Because you're telling me
Work
to.
harder. Work hard, and so that's what happens. You just get into it's
sucks.
Dronesville.
It
man.
sucks. I was basically everyone was a drone last summer until you went into the back and there was some other music playing sometimes. But even that radio was really small though, so you had to
Resistant
get
fighters.
yeah you had to get like back by the Baylor just to
Compactor,
just
yeah.
to hear
Yeah.
it. But it's all right.
Oh, good.
You bring your headphones, listen to it during lunch.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that anymore.
It's
I want to
getting
talk about.
getting me depressed.
All right, so we did the police car thing. We'll take a break in a minute.
Sure.
The Godfather. I watched The Godfather again the other night. Now it was interesting. We'll talk about this because I want to get into the fact that you would watch The Godfather
Chronological.
not
order.
in the order that it came out like everyone else, but in a weird odd cut. And I think I want to get into that a little bit.
All right.
Okay, I want.
How familiar are you with the movie? Have you seen it?
Yeah, the last time I saw the two, I saw the third one once, like a long time ago.
We
but I
don't
don't
discuss the third.
Yeah,
one.
I don't really remember it. But Godfather 1 and 2, I watched the last time. I would say it had to, a couple of years ago. Yeah, but I'm familiar with it.
He came out a winner.
Let's take a break. We'll
Yes,
come back and I want to get a glass of water.
A glass of
And,
water.
We'll take 10 or something. 5. Somewhere in there. And then we'll be back.
5, 10, somewhere. We will be back. Enjoy Adrian Young, my friends. See you in 5. 88.5 LP FM. I hope you enjoyed that, Adrian Young. That is the first 3 tracks off of Something About April. Download it now because it is fantastic. Welcome back to the trial of Nick Lambadini. Jury is...
You're mispronouncing his name.
One more
Wait,
time.
what did I say? What did I say? I said Lamb. Okay, yeah, Labadini.
There's a silent M in
There's
there.
enough letters in there to begin with. Please don't be adding any more.
Pretty sure there's a silent Z in there.
Lambadini.
It's like
In Canada, they say
Chinese
Zed.
name. Yeah.
But yeah, here we're the
drinking some of
jury's out.
Kevin's wine here.
It is very good. It is
Sweet.
very good.
Was it dry?
It's dry.
Oh, are you a wine expert?
Cherry.
No, my mom
Where's
has
your glass? I'll give you a sip of it.
That's the problem.
Right here. Give me a glass. I'll give you a taste. Just have. I mean, you're not going to get arrested for drinking and driving. Because I'm not going to call him this time. Here you go. Let's try that.
This time.
You've probably had gallons of this at every meal, right? Is this?
No, it's not.
Do you guys play like
No.
opera music when you eat and stuff at home?
There's a long banquet table. My mother sits on one side, my father sits on the other, and their 18 children flank the other two sides.
Yes. Do you guys just have like giant bowls of pasta, just like for every meal?
Let me tell you something about that.
I met your old man. Did he tell you?
You go, wow, that is dry. Wow,
It's homemade cherry wine with like Watertown cherries.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not really. I don't really drink, but that's
I
pretty
don't
good.
either, but I'm the same. Listen, you know what we need him to bring in next time? Mead. I want to try that mead he's making.
Jeez,
Yeah,
mead,
I've
I'm
been
not-
infatuated with mead for 3 days.
Yeah. I want to try it. I've never
Mead
tried it.
goggles.
Did you-
I went over this whole thing with my buddy whether mead goggles existed in ancient times, the Knights of the Round Table, because you know they did, and I think it
Yeah.
explains the British royal family. I think it has a lot to do with mead goggles at one
And
point.
bread.
Yes, well,
Let me tell you something about Italian families. I come.
sure.
I'll get to you meeting my dad. I ate pasta every single. I really want to start like screaming and curse. I ate pasta every single friggin' day of the week. Just about. Now, I'm exaggerating for a story, of course, but just probably 7 out of 6 days of the week I ate pasta.
Wait a sec. 7 out of 6?
Meaning I ate so much pasta.
Why do you think they lost World War II? I mean,
Oh,
We're not fighters.
it's
We're
fine.
lovers.
We
We're
give
not
them a
very-
little, you know.
Oh yeah, we'll give them.
Give us nice food, we'll let you pass on the
Okay.
math.
Okay.
So, on Monday was always spaghetti. Sometimes it was spaghetti with marinara, spaghetti bolognese, or plain spaghetti with some butter sauce. Real classy.
Classy.
Tuesday, manicottis.
Okay.
I don't like manicottis.
Okay.
I like the idea of manicottis. I don't like it.
Execution is no go.
Yep, not good. Then you got lasagna on Wednesday.
Yes, please.
I don't like lasagna because I'm not really into like adding stuff into my lasagna. Real quick, my grandmother has like a 10-layer lasagna that's huge, like radio can't see. I swear to God, it's about 8 inches thick.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bring that in,
It's-
so I can sample it, please.
It's unnecessary.
Wait, is your grandmother still living?
Yeah, she's
Okay, because he's
good.
like, he's saying
Grandfather-
grandma's lasagna will make you feel bad. Wait, well, we can't bring it in. She died. And,
Grandfather got
98.
old before he could beat her to death, so.
hey,
So, Wednesday was lasagna. Thursdays was leftovers of either spaghetti, manicottis, lasagna. Friday was sausage and what was it? Baked ziti.
You are living the life.
I've never ate the same thing at all within a week's time ever in my life.
And then Saturday and Sunday were do whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
Okay.
So if you want to make your own, but you understand. All we had was pasta, so I
it's
could
like
make my own
carbs on
pasta.
Carbs on carbs on.
Now, where's
carbs.
your mother from? Is she Italian also?
No, she's Irish.
Okay.
She never spoke up and made like some kind of boiled meat.
That's why there's
gray or something. I mean, you know.
She made. No, we had cabbage. We had.
I can see why. You know, your father's like, well, you know,
boiled potatoes.
there's a head.
That's why they're
in a
That's why.
pot
That's why they're
boiling
not
for
together
7
anymore.
hours.
But
Well,
we used to have cabbage stew. Cabbage something for
Cabbage
St. Patrick's Day.
stew.
so one day a year you got to eat something other than
And it
Italian
sucked,
ethnic food.
and I hated it. And I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
I don't know which one I hate worse: boiled mush or
It's because
boiled
of
mush.
But you got to remember, it's just the nature of where these places are
Friggin'
physically
sucks.
on the earth.
True.
It's hard to get tomatoes in
Just eating
50-degree weather all year long.
just eating pasta every day sucks. Like people are like, what's your favorite foods? Like, oh, I love Italian. I hate Italian food. I hate the way it smells. I hate the way it looks.
Let's all go back to the thing we talked about before.
Yes.
Now you have the option, dude. Get the heck out of here and go eat what you want in your own place, dude.
See, I still, but you see, is I don't have. I have to put up with it because first, I have a nice house. Okay, I have a room, and I don't have to. All I have to do is pay. I don't even have to pay rent. I just have to pay for the car, which is insurance. I have to pay for electronics, so cable, all that. I have to pay for my own food if I want to, and that's and I pay for. I mentioned the cable.
Yeah.
I mentioned it. And my phone bill. That's I only have like 4 things I got to pay for. And everything else is provided for me. So,
but
you're
an adult and you have to live with all these women and you're going insane. So
it's
I don't know. I'd eat ramen noodles for 6 months and try to figure this out.
It's rough. Like where do you
Because
live?
guess what? You wake up in the morning and it's your own place. I don't feel like doing anything. Or I want to do this.
I woke up and I was like,
maybe I want to bring a girl over and I was
talking to
worry
some girl.
about it.
Yeah, she's like, so where do you live? And I was like, oh, fuck, why do we have to
That's
talk
what I mean. You don't have to say that anymore.
I was
Say,
like,
I live in an apartment.
I was like, oh,
it's modest. I don't have a lot of money, but who cares? It's your own place.
Mom, can you leave for about 8 hours? Just come maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Speaking
This
of...
is awesome. This is fun.
I love it. Speaking of food, as we were talking about, Meatloaf collapsed on stage recently.
What a brilliant segue.
When
That was great.
That was great.
Yeah, I agree with him. Let's just hit
Thank
the
you.
brakes. Sorry, we don't want to talk about your home life anymore.
Yeah.
By the way, Meatloaf collapsed on stage the other day.
Totally not planned out in the head.
No, I don't. No,
What's
this is-
Meatloaf's real name?
Meatloaf?
Look that up on it. Let's find out some information about Meatloaf.
Steve.
Let's find the news story that we were talking about.
Steve Perry?
No.
that's Aerosmith.
He
isn't it?
collapsed on stage too.
Yeah, he
He
did.
just did.
Steve Perry?
Yeah,
Journey?
He just collapsed. Aerosmith.
No, his face.
Oh.
His
Steve
face
Perry's
couldn't hold
from
his
Journey.
body up
or
anymore.
Perry.
Not Joe. You're talking about Joe Perry from
Yeah,
Aerosmith.
yeah, Joe.
Steve Perry's the Journey singer.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
Then he-
Joe
then
Perry.
he's the guy who fell down.
You're from Boston. They're from Boston.
They are.
Aerosmith.
We don't.
Yeah, but I
talk about
digress.
them.
Let's move on then. I'm sorry. I won't bring it. Why did I bring that up? You
Oh, whoops.
you're from
Nope. There we go.
Meatloaf. Okay, let's see. His real name is
Michael Lee Ade?
It's around Mike a Day. That's not a bad
Mike
stage name.
Mike
Why
a
didn't you go
Day.
with Meatloaf? Where did you get that name from?
Everyone knows him Meatloaf.
Well, let's.
obviously.
Is there anything
If you said Michael a Day collapsed on stage,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know who that
in
was.
Los Angeles? Ade formed his first band, Meatloaf Soul, after his mother's favorite Tuesday night dish.
So he was like an Alice Cooper. He didn't start out with the name. That was the name of the band.
Wow.
So that's how Alice Cooper started out.
During the recording of their first song, he hit a high note so high he managed to blow a fuse of the on the recording monitor, and he was immediately offered 3 recording contracts.
Very good.
That is the way to go. Okay.
Way to go,
Meatloaf, Mike
Mike?
Day.
Mike.
What is
Okay.
he famous for?
Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
I don't
That's his
even-
biggest hit.
I
we
don't
would
know.
play it
I
on
don't know.
here,
It's,
but
it's
we
not
know they'll
good.
rip it off of. Why would we want to give this guy any more? There's 14 people looking.
I
at
hate
this.
people who have more money than me. I just disdain for them.
I hate it.
You're being more successful than
I
me.
hate all y'all.
How did he collapse? Though I want to know the
He
news.
was
See if you can find a news story.
yeah. Actually the news it'll probably be right when we, but there's a video of it too. He didn't collapse just straight
I
up.
like how it shows. You type in meatloaf and it just shows a meatloaf and the directions
Here's
to
what I
make
mean.
it.
I hate meatloaf.
Actually,
Really, that's one of my favorite foods. I
just
couldn't get
find
my
more
ex
ways
ever
to
to
hate
cook
you
it.
every day.
I love.
How do you
meatloaf, man.
like?
I just love
Do you
it.
understand how lazy you have to be? Like,
It doesn't matter. It's delicious.
it's. If
I'm
I wanted
lazy. I wanna eat
hamburger
lazy
meat,
food.
man, I'd just make a hamburger.
You could, but it's not baked.
Let's talk about The Godfather.
I want to talk about meatloaf for a minute.
Uh,
Okay, meatloaf. Who's that woman?
I don't know who this will. Oh, it looks like she's like a concert goer. I don't want to play this though.
No, we don't want to. We don't want her to. Is there a news story?
Yeah,
That way
this
we can
is
cite it and not like have to deal with.
this
Oh,
is
insanity.
USA Today.
Okay,
For whatever that we might be citing the fast food of newspapers, but that's fine.
that's fine. Let's find out what happened. to meatloaf.
He
Play it if we
he
got it.
yeah he is responsive and recovering well after fainting during a show in Edmonton, Canada, on Thursday.
Alberta.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep. his publicist said that the Paradise by the Dashboard Light singer was suffering from severe hydration when he collapsed near the end of his show at the Northern Jubilee Auditorium.
Severe hydration?
Dehydration.
Okay.
This is very relatable.
He was in Watertown like 10 years ago, and my buddy went to see him.
Yeah.
And he said it was like 95 degrees. It was a very hot, sticky day. And he showed me some pictures of him. But he said he would be halfway through a song, and he'd have to run to the side of the stage with an oxygen mask and take breaths. This dude's ready to pass out.
This dude's like, how old is he? 60?
He's up there.
This dude's 60, and he's like still pretending like he's 20.
He's
like,
68.
His body just can't keep up.
I say rock and roll till you're gone, man.
Yeah.
Once you give up, then that's when you start urinating yourself. And walking around,
I'm like, you gotta dance for every song.
Well,
but the severe hydration thing.
What's the
the dehydration?
The severe dehydration thing is really, I totally feel for that, because when I was at my graduation, I went. It was like, because when we were up there at a specific school, who I will not name, I was up on stage. I was wearing my gown, and I had nice clothes underneath it, like a shirt and tie and whatever. Up on stage, the lights are beating down. It's like 90-something degrees up there, and we didn't have any water with us. They had water, but they were handing them to people who got their diploma and then were walking back up to be seated. So then they'd give you the water. So I go down, I get my diploma, take the picture, walk back up to my seat.
Your last name starts with the letter
Z.
With the letter S.
Oh, so you're waiting.
So I'm waiting.
You're 3/4 of the way through.
They don't do it alphabetically. They do it by height, because they have to sit people up.
Stupid.
I would have been last.
I was in the third. Well, the taller you are, the longer you have to wait.
Oh,
As
damn.
you should.
Yeah.
Good. It's about time.
Listen,
I've been in the
quiet
back
down
row
down there.
The military, they stuck me in the back. Everywhere I've been in my life.
I was in the third row, so I had to wait a while. But I got my diploma, walked back up to my seat. I got the water bottle handed to me. I'd say about 20 seconds after I get handed the water bottle, I start getting really dizzy, and I stumble onto the chair in front. I don't faint or pass out.
In front of everyone?
In front of everyone. And I was in the back. Apparently, people did not notice until they saw my parents running up to the side of the stage because I was brought backstage, and I felt myself.
Way to make a scene.
I felt myself getting dizzy. I had to sit back down, and then the person.
Did your mother make it through her?
Yes.
Did she graduate? Was she able to stand the whole time up there and get through it?
Yeah, I guess. I think
that's okay.
Graduation sucks.
It sucks.
All right.
But I was backstage, and I took this, and it was fine though, because I took a drink of water, and I was immediately fine afterwards. So I went back out and sat, and no, it was fine.
In the car, your parents made you.
Just go sit out there. You've embarrassed us enough.
I really wish I skipped out of my graduation, because I tell you what.
Now, where did you graduate? You didn't graduate around here, did you?
No, Indian River.
Oh, okay.
But I went to school over in Germany for
what? I didn't.
I keep forgetting,
Army baby.
I keep forgetting there's things that I haven't told you. Yeah,
I did not.
He has a whole nother life outside.
Yeah,
this
my life story begins in Boston, and then I moved to Texas. And from Texas, I moved to Florida.
Oh, nice.
From Florida, Kansas. To Kansas to Germany. From Germany back to the U.S. and Oklahoma. Then from Oklahoma back to Germany, and from there, I think I stayed. And the longest I've ever stayed in a house was 4 years.
Where was that?
Germany, Heidelberg. On a U.S. Base over there.
Oh, my.
4 years, so 7th grade and 8th grade of middle school.
Bring up Heidelberg.
Oh, jeez, it's miserable.
We're gonna take a little memory lane.
Yeah, we're gonna.
2008 to 2012. I hate Germany. I hate a lot of things, as you found out. That's how I start most of my sentences.
Did you go to a German school, or did you?
No.
You
had a choice to if you wanted to, but
you
it
went to an English language,
American, the base school.
The U.S. the military over there, they have the what they have to call the DoD, which is Department of Defense. DODs. They have their own bases that is funded. Your tax-paying dollars help pay for that. So thank you.
Yeah, way to get our money's worth here.
Yep, thank you both of you. So
yes,
for that 18 billion's going.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
or
right.
trillion, excuse me.
Good to see I'm getting my money's worth.
So you guys pay for that, and basically it's.
I'd rather build smart bombs.
Yeah. Imagine
At
so.
least they have smart attached to them.
Yeah,
Yes.
So just imagine a small town that's been just a gated community.
Okay.
Gated.
Gated.
Yep.
All
With we have our own supermarket, theater.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, whatever supercenter. They have them
Yeah.
over there too.
Oh, sweet. Maybe I can get a job when I move over
They
to
play
Germany.
German Muzak though.
Let me tell you something. The German radio selection.
Well, it's all
Words cannot-
German.
No, that's the thing. They love American music. They
Oh,
love
nice.
our culture. But they play the B side of records over
Good.
there. No,
I like the beast.
And
That's
Anything
what we
main-
want.
maybe you guys are like mainstream stuff. Like, oh, you hear that new hit? Hear that new Flow Rider? You know Flow Rider? Yeah. You hear that new hit he came out with? When was this? Okay, it's all over the U.S. Well, Germany's still playing.
Low.
What's an obscure song from Queen?
Bicycle.
No, not Bicycle Race.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
No, just probably like one of their early years.
I'm not much of a Queen guy. I know some
That's
of their
what I'm
stuff. It's just too operatic for me.
Just
I put it with Meatloaf and that stuff. It's just
Queen and
play
Meatloaf.
They
it's
play-
music that I don't know. You can't dance to it. How's it gonna help you on a date? You don't want to put it on when you get home.
What, you never put
on your
meat-
day? I never would play Meatloaf or Queen. You know,
Have you ever
really put her in
Yo,
the mood.
You've never
Yes.
played Meatloaf when you brought a lady over to the house?
it's not conducive to a romantic.
You're doing it wrong, my friend.
Maybe 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but that was only
That's after 5 minutes after that. You're like, are you ready? And she's like, what are you talking about? You're like,
5.
Wait, what were
Is
you?
it 5 minutes?
What did you want him to do?
Oh,
What did you have in mind? I thought we were just watching Netflix.
jeez.
Anyway, let's. I do
So
not
Heidelberg?
know about
Heidelberg,
What's
Germany.
the population of said Heidelberg?
Over 149,000 people lived in the city in 2011.
Really?
Yeah,
now,
that's
what's
pretty
the? Let's scroll down.
Look
there.
up
What's
Patrick Henry Village is where you want to look
Patrick Henry
Patrick
Village.
Henry Village.
I see where it's located on the map there. So it's in the southwest corner of the former West German state.
at. Mm-hmm.
So you're down there near Switzerland. Looks like.
Oh, there we
I
go.
don't remember. I probably.
Well, I can see on the
U.S. Army
By where it
Garrison
is on
Heidelberg. There we
Yeah.
go.
garrison.
Patrick Henry Village. There we
you
go.
Patrick Henry. PHV.
Also, PHV was a U.S. was. It's not
Yeah,
there
it's,
anymore.
it's not. Every base I've been to is close. I'm like death wherever I go. This
Oh my god.
Yeah, why don't you get out of here?
Verts. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say, you
we're
might
shutting
wanna
down the
leave.
station.
You get hit by
What's
an
happened? It
asteroid
was that
5 minutes
bad?
after you leave.
Yeah.
You know, we're
It
all
was
dead.
at the height of its population at 16,000. The housing area closed on September 6th of 2013.
Jesus.
After 9/11, the yearly German-American Volksfest was moved to nearby Patton Barracks for security reasons.
People's Party. PHV, isn't that some kind of cancer that women get?
That's ovarian. That's a bird.
Maybe. Possibly.
Let's see.
Okay.
Former facilities. Pat, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now I want to go back to this town, though. What's the industry of said, not that, but yeah.
Heidelberg.
What's the industry?
Heidelberg.
Everyone's husband was an army soldier.
What happened when the base closed?
80
Devastation.
holy-
So what's happened is that like the Cold War came up. So World War II happened, right? And like, yeah, we beat you, Germany, and Germany's like, all right, just don't kill us, whatever. So we're like, we're gonna stay
Kind
here,
of, but-
kind of. So we're like, the
Not
U.S. was
quite
like,
the way it all happened, but go ahead.
U.S. was like, so we're gonna stay here now until we feel that it's time for us to leave. And Germany's like, get out now. We don't want you. We want to rebuild our country. Yeah, and U.S. was like, nah, we're just gonna stay. You do something about it. Then, the Cold War. So right as the U.S. is about to leave, all right, let's start shipping off. Go back to the U.S. The Cold War came around, and then Germany was like, no, wait. Why don't you guys just stay for a little bit?
Oh, so you're going way back to the 40s.
I'm going,
Well,
way back.
I was talking. No, that's not really how it happened.
What?
but They
In my
didn't
head.
say we want you out of here. We're staying. U.S., France, and England divided up Germany
is
into
true,
3
yeah.
separate sections and said, "This is the way it's going to be."
Yeah, that is true.
Until the end of the Cold War, and then now what you're talking about kind of started in the early '90s. The whole moving our bases out of there because of NATO, but they still want us because of NATO, and we're still part of NATO. I don't know what's going to happen now with this whole. Remember when England like separated a couple weeks ago and it was worldwide? Now, no. Have you heard anything about
Brexit?
it?
No, all I
Like,
hear about
dust
it
settles,
is the
maybe?
fact that there was people want a second referendum for a revote because people are not happy with
They lied to them
the
about
first
the
one.
thing. They're like, we're spending $350 million of your taxpayer or your pounds. And they're like, okay, yeah, let's get rid of this. We don't have to do this. And then in an interview, he's like, so are you really spending $350 million? And he's like, no, that's not actually fault. That's not actually true. So, and then the guy who was prime minister who like pushed for this,
David Cameron?
stepped down.
Yep, he out.
Was he against it though? From the
No, he
start?
was for it.
Yeah.
I thought he
think-
said if he was against it, and if it passed, he would step down. Wasn't that the deal?
I'm gonna look this up now.
Well, let's look it up in the World Wide Web. The information superhighway brought to you in part by
the Apollo.
The Apollo.
the Apollo Restaurant in Watertown.
Mr. Sulu.
Fine dining at the Apollo Restaurant. Please come down. The best gyros north of exit 46.
What's your Wait, Mr. Apollo Man, what's your competition?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sir, you don't have anyone. You're not fighting against anyone.
I
You understand
never
you can't
speak
take
in my
first, second, and
normal
third because there's nobody else to
I
compete
only
against.
speak on air in this strange, weird, made-up game.
Have you heard his new voice? It's a lot more cocky. He's,
Who?
yeah.
The Apollo. Okay.
So what are we looking at
He
here?
no, he was he would be campaigning for Britain to remain within the reformed EU.
So he wanted to stay in
I guess
the
he wanted to
EU.
stay.
Okay.
Which kind of surprised me a little bit because he's a conservative. Maybe there's just difference in opinion
I don't
from conservative.
understand at all.
Yeah.
And why they don't just tell the king and queen to leave.
Oh,
We're done with you and spending all this money on your mansion.
that barely
What is that all
serves.
about?
That doesn't really serve much of a
And
political.
you know, I
ideal
also-
piece.
And I heard Ricky Gervais the other day in an interview, and he's about as cynical as it gets.
Yeah.
And he defended the British royal family. But they also look at it as they bring in much more money in tourism than they spend. So they just kind of use it as a gigantic tourist industry because they don't pay them. You understand what I mean? They're people going to London to see all this.
Mhm.
They make a lot of money.
Yeah,
for the
but
government.
there isn't really much political power there, just because
They have the
everything's in Parliament now.
For the last
Well, long time, but yeah, not now.
hundreds and hundreds of years. Right?
Yeah, basically,
I don't know.
it's very confusing. I don't understand UK politics that much.
Like
at
you ever
all.
hear somebody will have the floor, and the rest just yelling at them like cat calls and stuff when they're talking.
No, thank you.
You know, I want to raise
Bollocks,
taxes. Oh, boo! All that. They're all yelling at why he's talking. Boo! Hang on, I'm not done.
Rabble, rabble, rabble. Yeah.
Throwing like cabbages at them, the potatoes.
Yeah,
and-
the tomatoes and everything.
no, potatoes and cabbage. Listen, we're
Oh,
not
what-
Italians.
Oh,
you know.
true.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm not.
Cynical Frenchie.
Now,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
whoa.
Well,
Whoa.
you know, we believe in relaxation and love. We're not warlike like the Germans.
That is
Hey,
true.
I'm
Nobody
part
likes
German.
Germans.
I know, so am I.
Oh,
My
you're not
grandmother was
aggressive.
a
I don't-
Schneider.
Are you
Not
really
aggressive.
German? What's your last name?
Stedman, but I'm not like.
Stedman, that's-
I'm very.
I knew a black guy who's named Stedman.
Yeah, he used to
Graham.
date Oprah.
That's what I thought.
That's his cousin, Stedman.
Ah,
Yeah.
How was
I'm
he?
actually.
Broken?
I'm not. We know Oprah, but not personally.
I feel like she's personal. That's
We all know Oprah.
Yeah, we all
we
know.
all share a
We all
relationship.
know Oprah. She knows of my existence, but she doesn't.
does.
But she doesn't know me.
Remember
At
they
all.
did that whole show on your family that one.
Yeah,
season?
it
Your
was-
father
it
was
was-
crying on the air.
It
and
was
stuff.
all right, you know.
Is
It
this
was. Yeah. Huh?
Is this true?
It's definitely true.
Oh, you guys should
No.
have played it off. I would have believed you.
Yeah, he
I'm-
was on Oprah.
Yeah. I was on Oprah. It was a big deal. You know the guy. I don't know if you know that one. It's like a meme now, basically, of that one
What does
father.
that mean, anyways?
Huh?
Meme.
Meme,
I've
it's
seen
like-
the word. I don't know what it means.
It's like something. It's like a picture, video, phrase, or something that basically it gets like said on the internet somewhere, and then the rest of the internet takes it and like freaks with it and just like uses it.
Example.
for,
Okay,
like,
an example. Okay, take that Phil Collins looking like he's like
No Jacket Required album.
now.
no jacket required.
That's funny. I don't know jacket required.
Mm-mm.
A meme would be an example of you put white text as that face you make when, and then you put in a scenario where you in case would make that face.
Fill in the blank.
you fill in the blank. So like that face you make.
When you see the booty.
Yeah, or when you look outside when you're looking for your friends, but they're not
You
here
lack
yet.
fiber in your diet.
Yeah, something like that.
Found
Something,
out your wife's cheating on you. It's a myriad of different things you could.
exactly.
Everyone
right.
imagine the No Jacket Required album. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I have a feeling like, okay, Phil, can you lean forward? And he like put his face, lean forward completely, and they just took the shot.
Yeah.
Oh my
How
God,
about a meme? How do you spell it? M-E...
M-E.
Okay, M-E of
That gentleman standing.
See, that's
That
a
gentleman,
very
that's my
that is a
man.
very possible meme.
that
What would
like-
you say?
I
when you show up and your squad doesn't follow.
see. I think it would have to be something related to just being fancy. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's Elton John's
That's
picture
Elton John.
disc album
That's Elton
from
John.
let's look it up on the internet there. It's Elton John's picture disc album from 1978, I want to say, 77 or 78, called Last Man...
A single man.
A Single Man.
A single man.
So I have the picture disc that I bought for a dime.
I have
And then
him to
some
thank
dude
for my
came in and
conception.
bought all the albums that I was looking through for the last week for $50.
$50.
Screamed. So what would you say for a meme there, Mr. Nikolai? Mr. Elton John standing alone.
Let's see. It's kind of staring into the distance. So, an example would be, let's see.
Meme it up, man. Get in the meme zone.
Oh God.
Become one with the meme.
This is turning into
So
this
I want to use
show.
I want to use a word though, but I'm not afraid. I'm not sure I can use it on the air. You're
You
gonna
can't swear.
yeah. Then
We're bound by certain FCC regulations.
certain FCC regulations.
when this goes on the air, do they?
We're on the air.
Oh,
Yeah.
when
This
we're
is
on the
live
air, is there
now.
somebody
We are live.
listening?
Yes, somebody
Oh.
somewhere has a radio on is listening to this.
Sir, I
Hello to
want
you.
to thank you for your commitment, or ma'am. I want to thank you for your commitment to listening to the show, and so I'm about to say something. I don't
Thanks,
know.
Mom.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Mom.
Mom.
Thanks, Dad.
I'll be home
Carl's
soon.
parents.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
I can't even get reception out there. They're not listening.
That's on purpose, Carl. They don't want
Oh,
to
it's
see
so
me.
sad.
Believe me, they don't want to hear this.
When you show up to when you wear your best clothes and you show up to the party, but no one recognize
I see where you're going with
You
this.
see, I really want.
It's
The
hard.
problem
To,
is I don't make memes, but I understand. I understand.
it's
what
hard
they're-
to explain.
It's like when people go, okay, can you sing a song? I'm like, no, but I understand what makes up.
Well, it's
No.
easier to do a caption on that.
Yeah. See,
I mean, you can go into so many different areas with Mr. Elton John. How about the Beatles down there, gentlemen?
I don't know.
Mm.
when you're let's see.
Tom Jones.
Oh,
This
I
is a
feel like
great
you,
album,
you
by
can
the
make
way.
some memeage out of
What
that.
we got in the middle of this, Tom? I played this last week. Tom Jones live at Caesar's Palace. I played album 1, side 1.
There's nothing. There's nothing like what's a button up? What was it? Open button. What is he wearing? I can't.
A robe. or something?
It's a shirt with his chest hair flying out of it. He
His
started
chest
out
is,
like this at some point.
has musk. his
You
chest
know
hair
what I'm
musk.
thinking of with this one? It's one of those like the front cover. You know how you see like those though like pictures where it's like you do like it's like where you do something like totally like when you catch that
Power through it, man. I'm
yeah,
here with you.
I'm trying to figure out. It's like when you catch that rare Pokemon or something, and then
Yes.
they put like that
That's
picture.
exactly what I was thinking. Tom Jones looks like a rare Pokemon.
Yeah, like when you catch
Oh,
that
he's a
rare
Pokemon master, man.
Yeah,
What
when
is
you
that
catch
even- What are you
that.
talking about?
No,
You
when you
beat the
catch
elite, after
What
you
is
beat
he talking about?
after you beat the Elite Four.
After you beat the Elite Four, all the ladies just come right up to you.
That's what this is.
That's
So
what
Tom Jones, sitting dressed like Caesar with a goblet of some kind of
With
with a
drink
bunch
in his
of
hand,
women
with his-
around
with
him.
4 women
More than
dressed
4.
like Egyptian.
Oh wait, is that only 4?
I see
oh, it's
4.
only 4. Yeah,
I know,
never mind.
You know,
It looks
I'll
like
hold a
more
little
from
closer
this
to your eyes. But there's 4 women of varying shades of skin color and hair color adorning him.
Yeah, that would be a great one when
And
you
you
beat the
equate
Elite.
this to Pokemon. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
Well, you have to understand it's a pop culture reference.
Okay.
It's difficult to explain memes. You just have to
It's a-
see them.
you know,
It's
it's a
like
good-
me knowing that what Boney Maroney is.
Yes.
You guys having no idea what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
exactly.
It's a generational.
It's a thank you. It's a
there we go.
It's
generational.
definitely a
Okay.
generation. I don't even
Okay.
remember how this came into this
I
conversation.
know.
What was I saying?
Memes.
Memes, and then I went.
I just grabbed
No,
the
I
record
said-
and handed it to you.
I said, why does Phil Collins' face look like that?
I think it was
Blood
before
pressure.
that. Like,
Oh yeah.
Sir, your blood pressure's too high. Please get your face out of my car, sir.
What? Hang on, I'm trying to think. This
the
is
face
sad.
the police officer makes when he leans forward.
No, it was before I mentioned something was a meme, and that something was a meme, and then you were like, "What's a meme?"
I don't know, Carl.
Dang it! And this was a good conversation.
It goes down
point.
halfway, 3 streets over, and I did find "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road" from Mr. Elton John.
Hey,
Which
that's
I
his
had-
Saturday night's.
Yeah, that's on
Saturday
there.
night's all
I
right,
had
Bob,
that.
buy it.
Yeah, that song gets old. But I knew a dude in the
Say-
service that had that tattooed on his arm.
Oh,
with a
nice.
Dagger.
Yeah. See, the only one that's always weird to me is Jamaican Jerk Off.
That's on there.
Yeah. See, I looked at it. I'm like, did he really just name it Jamaican Jerk
Man, I
Off?
don't know. That's
I'm like, all right.
that's
We'll go with
that's
it.
a
This is what
song.
records had. They had actual art.
Yeah.
What? You've never actually seen an album?
This is my first time actually holding one.
Whoa.
Whoa,
bro.
hang on. Now. Wait, what are we
Dang.
talking about here?
Yeah,
Let's
I
get
don't-
down to this. Is much.
We gotta
more
get down to
interesting.
business here.
I
You've
recognize
never actually held an album in your hand.
this. No, this is the first.
Wow, this is
first time.
amazing.
It's kind of weird. Like,
Oh, that's a double album too. So that's
Oh.
like a you got that big
2 records.
My earliest memories of any recorded music are my father's reel-to-reel, and I got a record player when I was 4 for a gift, and I got it was for Christmas. It was a little turntable, and I got a Muppets album. On one side it was Mad. You
Very
flip it
nice.
over, Sad. Same song, different lyrics. So from 4 years old, man, this has been my medium. This is amazing to see this.
I've never.
Have you ever actually held the actual album itself?
What do you mean?
The record itself.
Oh
Take the
no.
record. Let's
do it. Let's introduce him.
Here, I'm gonna use your leg. This
Okay.
is amazing, Carl. I've never met anyone. It's just so
I don't understand. So this is.
See?
Just gotta be careful where
See,
you
I
hold
mean,
it.
Wait, whoa, get
oh,
your hands on.
oh,
Hold it
my-
like this.
Okay, cool.
Grab it by the edges.
Okay.
Every time you place your fingers on it, you have oils on your finger,
Ah.
which will collect dust at a spot.
And it will
The enemy
block
of
up.
this is dust. We want to keep dust off it.
It's just difficult because they can be so fragile sometimes.
Now, do you
have to really be
see
The little wax.
the
screws.
lines in between? Like there's
Yeah.
you see thickness line.
Yeah.
Those are the tracks, so you know which song is which, first, second, third. The thicker the song, the more loud the
Lines.
music is going on. So when you hear stuff, you'll have very like wide lines
Yeah.
sometimes in the groove. It's because it's mostly spoken parts or quiet parts. A lot of times halfway through a song, you'll see like a line because it's a dead spot in the song. So yeah, there you go, man.
Interesting.
This was the original from the 1800s. This is
the 1800s.
the original way to
How is he still
reproduce
alive?
sound.
Jeez,
But
I-
also, it's a permanent way. We've talked about this. You don't need electricity to play this, and in 1,000 million years, when they dig all of us up, they'll be able to reproduce this music. So at least they'll know about rock and roll in the future.
See how I'm
Would
trying
you-
to just no. Go ahead.
would you agree that speaking of rock and roll, would you agree that rock and roll is dead?
In a lot of
Meaning-
ways.
Meaning that it's no longer relevant in today's culture, not culture, but in today's like when you think of music and you think of hot artists,
Not rock.
you think of like pop, maybe a little, mostly just pop, maybe a little R&B and soul, but you think of any like to date rock bands. And when I say to date, I don't mean rock bands that have just like held on.
Yeah.
I mean like new, fresh, anything beyond. I have to say it died with. I want to give like Kurt Cobain, like make him a martyr.
No.
But like after Kurt Cobain, I can't think of anything.
You see, I think in like the 90s and the early 2000s, especially back then, it was a lot. One thing that was definitely popular was the whole pop punk thing. However you want to consider, like that,
Money.
like yeah,
Money has killed us.
yeah, and they, so that was a big thing, and they was obviously there was rock in that too, but that has dropped off. Pop punk is like. There
I
are
didn't
Music
even know.
goes in waves.
Yeah.
Music
Yeah.
goes in waves. You still have rock culture and you still have rock artists, but they are not going to get played on the radio.
That's what I mean. I mean, I'm
But
sure
that's
there's
money's
huge,
problem.
there's
That's
huge
money's
like
fault.
in each music's respective, in each genre, there's respective titans, who of course, and there's the up and comers. But when you think of like you turn on the radio, like I'm just gonna use 106.7 just as a reference. When you think, okay, the newest hits, fresh and hot, there's no rock songs. You got a lot of like poppy, like kind of like feel good songs. A lot of it is just. a lot of it's just talking about like how their day went. A lot of like spoken word, but kind of sung in like a musical way.
Easy topics most of the a lot of times.
It's just I don't think you'll ever see iconic musicians as much because of the nature of radio is going to die.
Mhm.
Regular radios, we know it.
You've spoke to me about this.
They've shot themselves in the foot and destroyed their own medium and art. Radio used to be an artwork. It was an art form.
This is hard. This is my first time doing this.
No.
I'm trying to think of ways to like talk and how to like convey a point.
Just
Yeah, you get used to it.
after a while you just talk like
Yeah.
you're talking. But which isn't very good, but it's not really much to but it's radio's dying. So radio doesn't have the impact anymore. Radio used to break new artists. Now it's gone to the internet, which is whatever. But I don't think you'll see there's too many people that have access
To the
to
internet.
upload their stuff. So I don't think it will get to the point where you'll have a lot of small artists spread all over the country,
Mhm.
regionally more than anything. I feel really iconic, but I think the majority, it's going to go away where, like, the Aerosmiths, the Van Halens, the Springsteens, your major, humongous selling bands are just, they're not going to be able to do it because the whole marketing of those bands is different.
And I also have to say this: all the ways they sell music now is a lot different. People don't do albums anymore; they do songs.
Yeah.
So they put out this. So I don't want to make a quality over quantity, but when like a maybe pre-92 or 90, what'd you say? 90 what? I
Well,
think you said 96 or something.
somewhere in the mid '90s, once the stations got deregulated, they were allowed
People-
to, own a couple of companies bought most of the stations.
People would make an album. You take a long time to, think of people like bands would take whole year or like whole like seasons, like 6 months to make a single album, or maybe even a year. Now it's just about how many albums you can push out and within a year, and then these albums may have one hit. Usually they just have one hit, and that one hit gets put on the radio, and it's just nobody cares about the other songs that you put out. It's a shotgun method. You're just seeing how much you can hit with, crappy songs.
Albums weren't originally. That's how music was. Originally, music was 45s and it was singles, and then in the late '60s, the Beach Boys, Pet Sounds, and the Beatles, it started becoming a thing where it went from just singles to albums that had a feeling and a concept So you had. That's why the '70s are known as album rock, because they were just
Story,
long
man.
play
Yeah.
album. You would sit around with your friends and listen to albums.
You do other stuff though, wouldn't you?
Not always. You would invite friends. It was different than today. It wasn't like 5 people in a room, each individually looking at their own phone. It was, hey, I just got Aerosmith's latest album.
You wanna come
You'd
listen?
call 5 of your friends. You'd all sit around. You'd smoke pot or drink, whatever your thing was.
And you just listen.
And we just listen to the record. You'd
That's-
flip it over halfway, and it was more of a collective people in
An
a room
experience.
enjoying. Yes, it
That
was so
seems
different.
like I could never like. Hey,
And
Carl,
that's what the DJ was in the '70s.
he was.
They
the
would play whole
conductor.
sides of
Yeah.
albums, turn people on to stuff. People would sit home and they would break the new music. That was just what they did.
That's a whole. I'm
Yeah,
so glad we got into this.
Yeah, I totally see that because you wouldn't, because like nowadays, if we heard an album, like likely we wouldn't get together and like.
I'm not gonna be like, hey, Carl, I got this new album. You want to like hang out? You're like, what are you, stupid? No.
What are you, stupid? Get
It's
out of
just
my
been
face.
replaced with texting and
That's
whatever. I mean,
Or
it's
just like check it, or like, yo, listen to this album, get back to me, or some. It's not, it's not as much of a group experience.
Also, people are doing more. I don't want to say the availability, but like there's more things to do now. So like I don't say that's all you had, but there's a whole lot more you can do now. So like
there's truth to that.
So like I can even think of like radio. Like radio was huge. Like you just come down and sit and listen, and then TV came around, and people still had radios, but it wasn't as big. And then TVs come out, and then internet's coming out, and the family room was dying. Like I have a family room. I was like, let's watch a movie today. I was like, I'd much rather just watch it on my much smaller screen alone.
And it's not. I can't stand. Like I'm in my 40s.
Mm-hmm.
It bothers me so much when I hear people my age, these kids today, blah blah blah.
You're the
What's the
same.
matter with you? 15 years ago, you still acted like them, A, and B, okay, Well, it's your fault because they're your kids. So stop complaining and just you acted. You know how I remember being a kid today. I remember chasing girls. I had one thing on the mind. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to do it. I was a teenager. Kids today are always kids today. Every generation, they're just teenagers.
You imagine like you're listening to your radio, or watching MTV, and like, oh, kids these days used to come back to my place and listen to the radio instead of watching these flashy pictures. And then even before that, like kids these days listen to the radio.
Exactly.
I used to go outside and listen to real the concert, and then going way back.
Hanging out with my father.
Yeah.
My father's in the 70s, so I get that. So I understand. I hear him complain about it. Stuff that's normal to me, and it's like kids today. It's just generation, whatever,
Yeah, it's like I feel like with the generational thing there is a lot, and then every generation does it. Look down on the previous generation, and it's just such a obviously with the divide, it's like always been there, and I don't think it'll ever go away because no generation will do things exactly like the generation that came before.
I also notice every generation thinks they're the best generation.
True, but in a lot of ways, they may be. I mean, it's all a mindset. Like this next generation, I'm going to say, and I'll put. I mean, my son, my youngest is 14, my oldest is 20. I'm going to put my young son in with you guys only because he's at the tail end of your generation.
Yeah,
I'm going to say they're less homophobic.
Yeah,
they're less racist. You have a complete generation that
it's not
is
okay
much better socially than I was. You have homosexuals that are allowed to be in the military and serve now. That wasn't in
they don't
my
have to hide.
Yeah. So what I'm going to say is you got people that either have to live their lives in lies or they're allowed to serve our country proudly.
A lot more socially accepting.
Of course. I love it. And so how am I going to play? No, they're just doing things differently. They're going to use technology differently. It's the same thing 100 years ago. These kids, they're driving these fancy cars now. And, I'm a blacksmith and I'm going to be out of work soon. Well, I'm sorry, but they invented the car. So or the bus.
Anyway.
We got, I'd like to go to England. Well, these airplane builders, they put us boat guys out of business. Back in my day, we didn't have these fancy airplanes that fly across the Atlantic. We took a boat and took a month, and we loved it. It's just the way it was.
It took a month, and
all these kids with their text messaging now. When I was a kid, we used to use carrier pigeons. Like
I might not understand it. I might walk into a room full of younger people and just feel like I'm 100 years old and not know what they're talking about. But of course, because they're younger and good for them. Go for it. Take the reins and do something good with this instead.
Speaking of taking the reins,
yes,
let's explore how Michael Corleone,
oh God,
firmly took control of the Corleone family after his father passed. We were before the show. We were discussing.
Oh, you saw? Okay,
yeah.
I had asked you a while back. We've known each other for a couple years.
Yeah.
You being Italian, have you ever seen The Godfather? And you hadn't.
No.
And I love to see younger people that are friends of mine to experience these movies and things that I know about, and just to gauge their reaction.
By the way, if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's it's a commitment. It's like a good day. So if you have something planned, cancel it. You're like, oh, I'm gonna miss it. I promise you.
My daughter's wedding.
Yeah, my daughter's
cancel
wedding.
It.
Don't
my
worry.
Cancer operation.
Do me a favor. You'll watch it.
They're going to take this tumor out of my heart today.
Nah, you
don't. Godfather 2's on at 2 o'clock on AMC. I know they're going to have commercials, but I got to see it.
I don't know when it's going to come on again.
The doctor's looking at his watch and like paging Dr. Plinkett, and he's like, it's almost.
Plinkett. I love it. So you saw, though.
Yep.
Now, when I talked to you, I'm like, okay, did you see it? You had watched an odd, weird special cut of just the first two movies?
I'll pull it up right now on my phone.
Okay.
I watched let's see.
Because the normal, you would normally, in 1972, if you had seen it, or most people when they watch it, you find out the natural progression of how things work in this world.
Oh, they took it off.
And why Michael does what he does in the second.
So the way I watched it...
Okay, go ahead.
I watched this special... I think somebody in the movie... I think it's director, I think.
Now, was it actually the director's cut? A weird cut?
I believe so. Okay. I believe so. It's on HBO. What he does is that he takes the two movies and he puts them in chronological order. So in the first movie, of course, a famous scene, opening scene, it starts off with... who's the... Vito Corleone's... His daughters getting married, right?
Okay. Now, the special cut or the real cut? The special cut
No,
starts
the
with
real-
Vito Corleone's daughter, gamer Connie.
Mm-hmm. Now the cut I saw,
Okay.
it starts with Vito as a young boy. It starts at Godfather 2, and it shows Vito as a young child in Sicily.
So basically, the part 2's beginning.
Part 2
There's
begins.
rocks,
Yep.
there's the-
Yep, and it's
okay.
like it shows that lame text crawl, and you're like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
read
yeah.
this.
Okay.
So it starts at that, and you watch Vito Corleone's progression from a child to his father's death as a rebel, and his brother's death as a rebel as well because of his father's death. So it shows his proper motivation through the years that he wants to get revenge on this man who killed his father. So Vito Corleone grows up, and you watch his choices as he leads.
Basically, you're seeing what
how
the
he
Robert De Niro parts from
Yes.
part 2.
So any flashbacks, I watch that first, and then after all the flashbacks are done, it plays 1 to 2 straight. Except this time in 2, I don't see any of the flashbacks.
I gotcha. Okay.
So it's very
yeah, that makes sense.
because if I watched it 1 to 2, the regular cut, I would have been a little confused watching 2 again. Because I understand why it's a good movie. Number 2 is a good sequel because it explains a lot of things. But the way I watch it, I'm like, yeah, I already know all this.
But I wonder, so I guess my question is, you'll never know, and I would never know. Both of us enjoying these 2 movies as much as you enjoyed it. You liked it.
I enjoyed it, but I had to watch it like when you read a book. Like some people, I can't. When I read a book, I get like 100 pages in, and then I decide I need to stop for a while, and I go do something else. And this, it was there's parts where it's very boring, and I'm like, I don't care, just kill him. You're gonna kill him anyway. And then I pick it up and I watch it for 4 hours. And I'm like, oh, let's go. And it's an 8-hour.
It's an
epic. It
you gotta
really
get through it.
You got to.
But you've never seen the 3rd one.
Now
I recommend you watching it.
The radio show, Opie and Jay, or is it Opie and Jim? That's right.
Yeah.
They
Satellite
reference
radio.
it quite a lot.
Okay.
The movie, the 3rd one, it sucks from what I hear.
You
Basically,
should watch it though. You need to just at least see it.
I think it's one of those movies that seems like it sucks in comparison to the first 2, but on its own, it's really not a bad movie.
I don't know.
See,
I've watched it a couple times.
but did you?
And you were just like, no.
I saw it as a teen when it came out because it was a big. I mean, it won Best Picture of 1990.
It did?
It won Best Picture. All 3 of them won Best Picture. So
Whoa.
because it's visually gorgeous and it's shot so well, but it's post Son of a Woman Pacino, where he didn't act like that in the previous.
Was this
screaming
who?
and yelling.
Was this
Once in a while he would explode, but it wasn't constant.
And Sophia Coppola.
Yeah,
wasn't-
everyone's reaction.
And that's the director's daughter, and he cast her.
Good director, not necessarily.
And I didn't like
great-
the story of her love story with a cousin, Andy Garcia, and stuff. It was just you never saw it.
No, basically
spoilers,
Michael's like, I need forgiveness from the Pope.
Over Fredo. It's all over Fredo. The whole movie is him tore up inside over killing Fredo.
But I don't understand why Michael's a sad dude. Like, I watched the end of
Killed his
Godfather.
brother.
But he won! Fredo was a friggin' traitor. Deserved what he got.
But see, we've talked about that too.
yeah.
The end of Godfather 2, when they slowly pull out,
I see a winner. I see a guy
he's
who's...
alone, man.
Carl,
Everyone's left him.
do you remember the end of Godfather 2?
Okay, all right.
Do you?
Do you remember it?
Yeah. Question.
Not that one. Not
They
that
require
one.
yes
Not
or
that
no
one
answers.
scene.
But do you remember how Godfather 2 wins?
all right, yeah.
I like
Mike,
how you put it that way.
yeah, Michael kills Fredo, who Fredo betrayed the family. Now I'm just talking with Jay, and I'm like, yeah, man, it's just a great movie. And then Michael says, yeah, that last shot is just really something that just shows how lonely Michael is. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's clearly a happy man. Not only did he get his kids back, he's not dealing with his crazy wife. His sister is in line. The family's under control. There's nobody within trying to betray him.
The orange is gone.
Yeah, the
His
orange.
Italian's coming out. See, as a
And
non-Italian, I look at it. Like,
he's being he's being.
no, just this.
You
point
can
of
see.
view on
You can
this.
see. And he's getting served pasta. I mean, I can't understand why he's. You have to understand. The man was clearly happy. He was just contemplating all the free time he had now. Cause
Now the flip side, that's fine.
okay,
I see alone. His wife has left because he's a homicidal maniac.
Winner.
He had his own brother killed, and so he's just alone. And the camera pulls back. It's fall. It's gray. It's windy, and he has no one.
Fall's a crappy
His
month.
family's all dead.
I just see a guy who really. I just see a guy who shoots for the top. You don't see any you see like these movies like the hero has to lose. This guy won, and
I love it.
and he's just a sore loser. Then he doesn't deserve what he got.
And I love the fact that you took it and spun it like that. It's just
It's
funny.
what happened. He's whatever. Maybe it's because I have that same look when I'm happy.
You're not wrong. I just love it. I love that you have a different way of looking at it. It's funny. Yeah, we better get out of here. Carl's got to go home. This poor guy's been here since 10.
Jeez.
He's not getting paid, so he's
not getting
ready
paid.
to go. That's it, man. We came to
That's
another ending of this show.
We did.
This
That was
is
fast.
a Better Conversation number 5.
5.
We're going to have 4 up there.
I will have 4. It will be up
How
there.
about the one from last
with
week
special-
with my cousin, the wine guy, Kevin?
That was. Oh, that's.
Can we ever
oh,
recover that and somehow get
shoot.
that
yeah.
up?
No, that's the one I didn't. That's the one that I couldn't get on my hard drive because the computer wasn't recognizing it. I have it
I'm
now.
talking about the one that we had to pull because of certain...
I still got to tell
Yeah, I
you
can
the
put that
story about.
yeah, let's throw that one back
Yeah,
up,
we
too.
got it.
Shoot.
We got
oh,
it.
awesome. Okay.
Yeah, you
Great.
guys will see Better Conversation 4, 5, and there will be.
This will be 6. This is 6.
Dang.
You all right? 4, 5, and 6
Need
rapid
6 up
fire.
there. Thanks,
got
Carl.
it, guys.
Nick, thanks for coming in. We'll
Happy
have you
to
in
be here.
shortly again.
Probably
Come
should
on
have done
again.
this a little sooner.
Yeah.
I still have more stories to tell. This time I almost thought I was going to get mugged.
Yeah, save it. We'll talk.
We will continue this next time.
Yeah, we'll hopefully very soon. We can do this again. It's fun. We need a third guy in here.
Until then, we're gonna peace out.
Adios.
Thank
How do
you.
you say goodbye in German and Italian?
In German, it is Auf Wiedersehen. In Italian, it's I think it's Arrivederci.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
He knows how to say goodbye in German, but not Italian. But his
I don't
family
really.
ate pasta 6 days a
I'm
week.
I'm pretty sure I'm Jewish. I don't even know.
Arrivederci.
Hey, on that note,
Hey.
adios, amigos.
Adios.